So there's a lot of shilas that are coming up, especially on Shabbos. I already got a few shilas, the Gabe Leil Tvila. I'd like to know that it's actually the Shabbos Shechal Tisha B'Av Liyos Boi is in Machlekes Sfaradim and Ashkenazim, and it actually is very different theology. According to the Shulchan Aruch, it seems that it's Shabbos. There's no what's called Avelus Shebetzina. That means things that are done in modesty don't apply according to the Mechabel. And therefore, for example, Tashma Shamita is actually mutter. According to the Ashkenazim, the Ramah, it's aser, unless it's Leil Tvila. Another example is Pirkei Avos. Pirkei Avos, the Ramah says, we don't do on Shabbos, the Tisha B'Av Chalboi, which is like this year, is because there's other things you could learn. And others say no, that's considered Avelis Befaresia. The minig is not to do Pirkei Avos, but the limitations that usually apply in Erev Tisha B'Av, that a person doesn't have to be strict about. Now, I wanted to speak more about the Arizal. This is the week of the Arizal. And as I mentioned yesterday, the Arizal really opened up our eyes in many ways. In Halacha, and very much in Ashkafa, in the Garden of Emunah. I think it's page 44. There's one story there that absolutely, every tragedy and pain, the first thing a person has to, of course, really feel the pain. And that's something that is challenging. At the same time, a person also has to know true Ashkafa. And there are some things that without the Arizal, it would have been very difficult to answer. So this is a story that took place in the time of the Arizal, and it's powerful. And of course, it's based on the concept of Gilgulim. But the story is the following, and of course, hopefully gives a lot of chizuk. In the time of the Arizal basically revealed that there was a town, and in the town there was a very famous and well-liked a Nadiv and a person that was an Askan involved, Talmud Chacham also a little bit, knew how to learn, but mainly he was really helping with the tzibur, with the community, and his wife was tremendously, to say Tehillim, do chesed all the time. Anyway, one day they had a terrible tragedy, and their child, three-year-old child, was mutilated by a non-Jew and died a terrible death. The entire town was absolutely broken. And but the couple continued doing everything chesed, accepted it be'emunah. Then a little bit later, this Askan becomes ill, and the entire town is saying Tehillim, and the Rav saying, it's going to be okay, and the Rav was a Talmud Chacham himself. Everything is going to be gevaldik. He's going to have a refuah. L'maisa, he dies, and the whole town is broken, and already they're murmuring, and they're trying what's going on, and maybe they want such as tzaddikim. And the almana was mamish broken. Me'ana lihinochem, as it says, she refuses to take comfort. Anyway, there's 3 years past, and the son of this almana, who already was married, one Friday, right before Shabbos, comes to say good Shabbos, and he sees again his mother broken, and her face is so sad, and he finally says, Mama, there's a halacha, how much a person could cry, and chas v'shalom, if a person doesn't cry, they could get punished even more. Anyway, somehow the words of the son really took to heart by his mom, and she pulled herself together. She finally had a smile on her face. That Friday night, she falls asleep, and in a dream, she's taken to this fascinating, beautiful place, and suddenly she's taken to her husband. She sees her husband is giving shir, mamash, to tremendous Talmidei Chachamim of Neshamas, and she's shocked. Eventually, she gets to speak to her husband. And the husband tells her, and she's of course asking, I remember you were my husband, you knew how to learn a little bit, but you weren't this Rosh Yeshiva. So he tells her, you should know, I was the neshama of a big, big tzaddik, and I came to this world. The reason why I came to this world, because when I was a tzaddik, I never was zeichet to Mekayim Pruv and get married. And this was my tikkun. I was supposed to get married, and have children, and leave the world. So then she goes, okay, you answered this kasha, but what about our child, the terrible tragedy? So he told you, our child, that you have to know, he's way higher than me. He's in a place tremendous. He was a soul of big, big, big tzaddik. And he only came into this world because in the previous world he was taken and abducted. And for 3 years he was being nursed by a non-Jew. And in order to be masakin that, he was given to a special lady like you, that he's going to be nursed by you. And after 3 years he's going to leave the world. Why was it such a terrible tragedy? Because the town really was supposed to get punished, and that soul took upon itself to rectify and have a tikkun to save the entire community. She was, of course, very, very moved. And he told her, and you should know, I would never even been zeicha to come and reveal myself and tell you all this if you never accepted upon yourself to be happy. So this Arizal, without the Arizal, it opens up eyes. And of course, it's not that unfortunately we don't have an Arizal that can explain every single tragedy, so then a person is menucham. So for us, we have to have emunah. But that was a gift that the Arizal gave us, is that we have to know some place in our heart that the Rabbi Shem, in 1 second, that's what's brought down when Mashiach comes and the Rabbi Shem is going to reveal us as Gani Hashem. Every kasha that we have is going to be taken away, and our vayit should be today. B'mheir b'yameinu.